Hello guys, Bangerz here from Method's main raiding team. I'm going to be doing another ranged DPS commentary video for you guys. This time, however, it's for Star Augur. Firstly, what I'm going to do is just go through some of the talents I used on the Warlock and why. So, here we go. Okay, so let's jump into what talents I used as a Destruction Warlock. In the level 15 talent line, I used Backdraft just because it's overall better for this fight. On the level 30 talent line, I used Eradication. The only reason I use Eradication is because I've got very high eye level gear and I have the Feretory of Souls Waste legendary. If you don't have these things, then you probably want to just play Empowered Life Tap, as you will have more success and overall better DPS. On the level 45 talent line, I use Demonic Circle. It's actually quite a big DPS increase in this fight because you can get in sticky situations sometimes and you can use it to get back into your position. On the level 60 talent line, I use Soul Harvest just because there's no AoE in this fight and it's nice for burst DPS on the ad, which you'll see in the last phase hopefully soon. In the level 75 talent line, this talent line can be interesting. You can use either Dark Pact or Burning Rush. Burning Rush can be quite nice if you're marked, if your star aligned is with a guy all the way the opposite across the other side of the room. Then obviously Burning Rush can be quite handy as Warlocks are pretty slow. However, Dark Pact has also got very good survivability perks, considering you do take a lot of damage in this fight. In the level 90 talent line, I use Grimoire of Service. It's just overall better for every fighter Nighthold. And in the level 100 talent line, I use Soul Conduit. I mean, if you're using Empowered Life Tap, you probably might as well just play Channel Demon Fire. However, Soul Conduit lines up well with Eradication, so that's why I use that as well. Okay, so let's jump into the video then, guys. So just before we get into the video, guys, I just want to explain, as you can see, I've put my Demonic Circle on the outer edge of the room. This is obviously to get back from when the boss does like Frost Nova and stuff like that without having to move. And you can see that we also have double Warlock portals up from each side of the room, just in case you get marked aligned with someone who's across the other side of the room. You can get some star points, and go straight for each other and things like that. And obviously not necessary, it's just a nice help to the raid. Okay, so let's start then, guys. Okay, so nothing really happens much at the start. We sort of just pull the boss. Pop your cooldowns. The first thing to happen in this fight is you'll get some stars. The first ones are pretty easy because you only have red and yellow. I'll explain a little bit more about that later on when you start getting some different colours. Okay, so I didn't really get the first stars, so what I do is just nuke the boss. You want to try push the boss before the second stars come because it's a big DPS increase, in which you can see we do here. You can see we skip the next stars. In this phase, there's nothing really much change compared to Heroic, apart from you take more damage to, the icy ejections. You stand in the tank, you're going to get one shot, things like that. You obviously, the only difference is there's stars now in Mythic, in which you've probably seen already. So the first stars we get will be red and yellow again. Pretty easy ones. You just sort of find your partner. See, I'm going over to scribe here. You want to make sure you don't stand in the tank. And you want to just get back into your position. Now you can see Frigid Nova's now coming. Obviously what you want to do is all group up as a, like in Heroic, everyone groups up so you split the damage evenly. If you're standing on your own in Mythic, you're going to die 100%. Here, as you can see, I'm going to use my Demonic Circle to get back into position. This is obviously a big DPS increase because it's less movement, less, CDs, GCDs wasted, things like that. So yeah, that's why your Demonic Circle is quite important here, guys. Here is my first icy ejection. You want to pop a personal when you get one of these. They do quite a lot of damage, just to help the healers out. So now here you can see, guys, we have red, yellow and green. So it's getting a little bit more difficult on the star side. Can be a little bit more complicated. More stuff you have to look out for. But yeah, there's not really much to this phase anymore, really. It's just a rinse and repeat. You're going to get more icy ejections, and the next stars we'll have red, yellow, green and blue. So we're all stacked up here, ready for the Frigid Nova to come out. Doing our big deeps. We're not really doing much deeps, boys. Feels bad at the moment. Okay, so you can see the Frigid Nova now coming out, guys. So everyone's stacked up. And you're going to see me use my Demonic Circle to get back into position. Obviously we need to watch out for this icy ejection behind us because there's patrolling near my portal, as you can see. You don't want to get hit by that, it does quite a lot of damage. So you see some more icy ejections coming out. We just have to make sure as ranged that we don't, you know, get hit by the melees. And here you can see that we have red, yellow, green and blue. So this is obviously the most complicated stars. You can see people running around. And you know, this is where you got a high risk of wiping. I was quite lucky, me and Roger had the same colour, we're next to each other, so. Okay, so 60.5%, you can see we phase it into the fell phase. Here you want to pop all your cooldowns to get them back on CD, so you have them for lust at the end. In this phase, I'll explain, obviously, as we can see. First, you're going to get the, you know, the debuff. And the aim is here is for the fell ejections is that you drop them inside the meteors, because these meteors are just going to explode fell, as you can see this one dropping down now. So if there's already your fell dropped in the fell, it's perfect for space wise, you know. So you can see me get my fell here. There's no meteors next to me, so what I'm going to do is just put it next to a clump that's already been put down. For it, you know, so it's easier for Just Wait to clear up with his big meteor. The fell ejection actually does quite a lot of damage now when you get it. So popping a personal there is not a bad waste neither. As you just saw, the fell nova went out. You obviously want to be to the far outer edge of the room so you take less damage. And here you go, you've got the red and yellow stars again. So I don't know why, but me and Etraeus had a little trouble finding each other. But we have a weaker for this, so it is pretty easy. So here you go, I've got the fell ejection right here. So the aim is to put it inside this meteor, which I know is going to drop down to save some space for the raid. Other than that, this is just rinse and repeat. I mean, it gets a little bit complicated later on due to timing of abilities. We'll have some stars at the same time as getting Nova, which can be a bit of a pain, but it's all about dealing with that, and that's the hardest thing in this phase. So as you can see, I've got Nova here. I've had to pop a personal because I'm quite low as it is. And we've got the stars coming out. So me and Gozzy have got the same colour here, so we just snap up, get rid of them stars real quick and start placing our fell ejections back in the meteors again. So you can see I'm sticking around here because I know this meteor's still got a long time till it's going to drop down, just in case I get the ejection. But yeah guys, this phase is pretty simple as well. I mean, it's just a big, like, you know, do the tactics right and the boss will die pretty easy. It's not about DPS at all, this boss, until the last phase I guess, but it's not even so much of a DPS check anymore. But I'm a bit worried here because I need to get away from everyone because the stars are coming, so that's why I had to pop some dodgy fails there, because now you can see we're getting stars and Nova at the same time, so this is a high chance of collision which is just going to explode the raid. However, we managed to push it here, so 30.5% is being pushed into the last phase. In the last phase, the difference here is you have one big eye spawn, which does like a, you know, like a line which you can't be in as you get one shot, and you still get the stars in this phase. Other than that, it's just the same as heroic, guys. So as you can see, I'm looking for the big star, the big eye, in which I can see it here. So I'm going to move over here. If you stand in that, it's a one shot, guys. And now we're going to pop all of our DPS cooldowns and go hard DPS here. You're going to kill the ad, as it's the biggest pro, boys, for deeps. Obviously you can't look at the eye, the ad, same as heroic, guys, as you will be feared. But however, you do also get stars in this phase, which can be quite tricky. Firstly, like last time, it's just your red and your yellow, so pretty simple, not too much to worry about. As a warlock, it's pretty nice to put your havoc on the ad so you can face the boss. Then you never really have to worry about, you know, about getting feared, basically, because you'll always be facing the boss if you've got havoc on the ad. Here's just a DPS phase. You want to try pump as much deeps as possible. Stay stacked up for the healing. I'm a warlock, so you know, just do what I want. But yeah, there's not really much to this phase, guys, so just sort of gonna talk a little bit and let you guys watch through, just so you get a bit of an understanding of what's going on. Okay, so we get another ad here. We just killed this for safety, I think. However, in main raids now, we pretty much just kill the boss here because we have so much more DPS. Same again, don't look at the boss. Eyes are stars are coming out. We have green this time, so red, yellow and green. Like the other phases, just slowly progressing up, you know. We've got the eye and the ad doing his cast. Obviously this can be quite dangerous because sometimes you find yourself always looking at the ad when you're just running around trying to avoid the big AoE in the middle. However, yeah, it's pretty simple. And now here, it's just a nuke, trank rolling sort of phase, you know. Just kill the boss before it kills you, basically. Stay spread out because we might get some stars. I can't remember if we do get them in this video because I think this was a little while ago, this video recording, so I'm not sure about the kill times. I know now we don't get the stars, but, you know, if you're progressing on this fight, you're going to get these stars. But yeah, you can pretty much just nuke the boss anyway, it doesn't matter. Just don't face the ad, you know, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, you can just kill the boss here, not worry about the stars. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, it's not as complex as Gul'dan, so there's not as much to talk about. However, I hope you got the picture of exactly what's going on here. I really appreciate everyone watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do have any questions on anything like Warlocks related or bosses related, then please do leave a comment below. But other than that, hit like on the video if you enjoyed it, guys, and want more. You can also follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Bangerz. But yeah, really appreciate all the support to Method, guys, and I hope to see you all soon.